did.
I've got that right, and it wasn't particularly good.
It was terrible.
Right.
It was disastrous. It was awful. Day one, the director fell out with the choreographer, and he'd already plotted all these dances. So there was these amazing dancers on stage doing these routines, and then, because out of spite, the director basically got the male chorus to just stand in a straight line right across the front of the stage and block all the routines. So nobody saw the dancers doing anything. And so they fell out. The designer was on a different planet. It was weird. The colour of the set was like an advert for Gaviscon or something. It was really bizarre.
But that's obviously where you and Michael kind of
bonded.
Developed that friendship.
Yeah, we bonded. We had to pull together and get everyone else through the show. The director hadn't even finished directing it on the dress rehearsal, so we myself and Michael sort of started to plot it for everyone else.
Let's not talk about Michael.
No, okay.
It's all about you, Alfie.
Right.
Your love of music, your love of singing, that came from growing up here in Fleetwood, and your dad was very big into music, wasn't he?
Yeah, my dad was, for me, was my biggest influence on music. He was my education. Being at home and getting to play my brothers and sisters' records, it was an education for me. You know, my brother Joe was into Elvis. My dad was into big band music, classical music, country, blues. He was into a lot of really cool things cool stuff that really sort of set me in good stead for what I do today. And so I've got a lot to thank him for, and my brothers and sisters too, because their influences were really good. I mean, my sister's influences taught me what to avoid, really, you know, because they were terrible. It was really Jennifer Rush, The Power of Love, played around my house non-stop, and it haunts me to today. Really, I actually throw up a little bit whenever I hear it.
So when did you discover that you could sing a bit?
I was 14 years old, and my sister was a member of a amateur operatic society here in Fleetwood. And my mum said to me, you know, you've got to get a hobby. You've got to get out of the house, go with your sister to the amateur operatics and have a go. Just see, you'll enjoy it. You'll have a wonderful time. You'll really enjoy it. So I went along one week. I got as far as the door, turned around, and went straight home. I was too nervous to go in. But the following week, I went there, and then there was a girl that was going to the same society that I fancied. So I kept going every week after that. So it was. But then I got hooked on the music. They dragged me into one of the scenes that they were rehearsing, and before I knew it, I was belting out this song from Pirates of Penzance, and I just got hooked on it. I just loved it. I loved the feeling that I got from whenever I sang a song, and it's the same feeling I get today. But then, growing up in an area like this, you're told to go out and get a trade, do your apprenticeship, then go off and do what you want to do, because you'll always have something to fall back on. So Fleetwood Town didn't like the way I played football, so I went off to be a car mechanic. And I worked for TVR, local factory, and it was in the factory that I got discovered in a way. There was a customer that overheard me singing and advised me to go and audition for the Worley Farm. So I went down to London, sang for them, got taken on, and that was the start of my career.
And the rest is history.
There you go.
Were you any good at football?
Terrible.
Were you?
Really bad, yeah. I was really bad. They always put me I think at school we played a game once where I let 27 goals into the net in one game. Yeah. I'm a really good supporter. I'm fantastic at supporting a team, but playing, no.
Well, coming up on Facebook, there will be an opportunity to win these signed Alfie shirts. Look at those, very nice. The Fleetwood Town Alfie shirts. So keep on watching Alfie's page, because there will be more information about how you can win those shirts. Let's go back to some questions.
With my signature on, does that make them half price? Or?
It probably
does it
raises the price.
See, these are really good jokes that you can laugh at, by the way. It's all right. Unless you don't think they're really good jokes. I don't know, they might not be.
Catherine Chalmers wants to know.
She's a nosy one.
Perhaps she's going to send you some questions. Do you like gingerbread?
Mind your own business, Catherine. I do like gingerbread, yeah, I do. I like
Perhaps
it a
some in the
lot.
post.
Yes, please. Thank you. A big one, thank you.
Got some more questions here. Are you still an ambassador for Nordorf Robbins?
Nordorf Robbins,
Robbins.
that's another one of my charities, yeah, and they're a wonderful charity that through the power of music therapy, they help kids, autistic kids and adults as well with Alzheimer's to sort of re-engage in the community and into their social worlds. I remember seeing a video of an old guy who was sat in a nursing home and he hadn't spoken for years. Since his wife had passed away and he was then put in the home, he hadn't spoken for years. And one of the other residents sat at a piano and started playing a tune. And before you knew it, he'd reached inside his pocket and started playing the mouth organ along to the piano, along to the song. And none of the nurses in the nursing home had known he could play. But and then following that, he started to communicate again, started to talk. So it was the power of music that actually helped his rehabilitation. So that's another charity that I love to work for.
Louise wants to know, Louise Etok, will you ever return to Les Mis?
I never say no. If they pay me well. No, I'd never say no. It's a great show. It's a show that's close to my heart. Obviously, it's changed my life considerably. And like I said, Michael and me have been talking about possibly going in it together, where he'd be Javert and I'd be Valjean, which is great because I get to beat him up, so that'd be cool. If his role was Marius and he couldn't do Marius anymore because I couldn't carry him around the city.
Although he's lost a load of weight, hasn't he?
He's been on this fantastic nutritional
diet. I saw him tell it, he's lost a load, hasn't he?
He's done really well. He's done really well. He's lost a hell of a lot of weight, yeah.
Amanda wants to know, where are we? Where's Amanda's question? She wants to know how good will it feel to come back here playing at Humphrey?
It's a dream come true, to come back and play your hometown and your local team's ground. It's a joy. It's an opportunity for me again to give back to the community, to show my appreciation for all the support that I've had from Fleetwood. And yeah, I can't wait. I'm a bit nervous because it is coming home and playing to family, but it'll be good. It'll be good. I want everybody to have a really good time and not to take it too seriously, to just have a laugh and enjoy the music. And as long as they want me to keep singing, I'll be there all night until we get arrested.
The thing that everyone says about you, and it is so true, you are as on telly and radio what you like off stage as well. Because there are some people who switch it off. But you are just genuinely very nice.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind.
So
I don't think there's room to be anyone else but myself in this business. There's a lot of... It's a funny old world sometimes, but in any job, I think you've always got to be yourself to communicate and to gain friends. It's just about that.
Well, your Facebook page is going crazy.
Oh,
Mark
cool.
says, meeting you after the Les Mis was a dream come true. You are the ultimate Jean Valjean. How nice is that? Hope your children liked their photo that he gave you. Thank you, Alfie. Your new CD is awesome.
Thank you.
Which is really, really nice.
Thanks, Mark.
Eileen Pretzel loved Quadrophenia at Lincoln Centre.
Cool.
You rock.
Thank you.
Do you like doing different styles as well?
Well, that's again comes from coming from a big family. I was educated with lots of different styles of music, from rock, country, classical, and so that's always been my format throughout my career, is to attack as many different styles as possible. My manager said the good thing about Alfie Boe is he can do anything. The bad thing about Alfie Boe is he can do anything, and sometimes it can be a little confusing. So you have to marry the two worlds very neatly, and make it sort of make it one sound. Prove that music is just music, and there's no divide between genres. You have to connect the two in a way, and that's not just down to myself, the way I sing it. It's down to my musicians, the way that they play it. I've got a wonderful band behind me, a great bunch of guys, and they'll be here with me, obviously, and they really do have a unique sound which blends these genres together.
Good morning or good afternoon, and now to Emma Cropper. Her little lad is in the school choir. He wants to come and see you at Fleetwood Town. What advice would you give to particularly young lads, maybe, who want to sing and act? Where it's more of a kind of traditional route, maybe, for young girls to do. But for a young lad who wants to sing and act, what advice would you give?
To be honest, it's a route that anybody can do, male or female. You know, young boys are great getting into musical theatre. I think the biggest advice that I can give is whenever you get the opportunity to perform, if anybody asks you to sing a song, never hesitate. Just go for it. Just sing a song. Even if I was like in here now, we're having a party and somebody said, "Alf, give us a song," I would sing a song, because you never know who's listening. You never know what's going to come from it. You know, it could direct you onto another party. It could put you in another situation where you might get an agent. You might get somebody else who wants to duet with you, whatever. And there's so many opportunities when you perform. So don't hesitate. Then when you are in a position where you can get into the business, practice your craft. Any time that you get off, any free time, always work hard at improving your ability. And also the biggest bit of advice out of everything is enjoy it.
Get an awful lot of messages from down under in Australia. How did the tour go there?
The tour was fantastic. I mean, I've played in Australia a few times before, and Michael has done a couple of tours over there as well. So we were welcomed with open arms. I loved it. I loved every minute of us. I love that country. It's beautiful. And getting to travel around, we went to Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, Perth and Adelaide, and it was a joy to meet all the fans down there, and I can't wait to go back. I hope we get the opportunity to go back really soon.
Morning to Nandy, saying good afternoon, Alfie. Thank you so much for spending time with my son, as well as the other serving members of the Armed Forces last weekend at the Royal British Legion Festival of Remembrance. How important is it for you to do things like that?
That is probably one of my favourite festivals to be involved in. Whenever you get asked to do that, it's an honour, because you're serving the country in the only way that you can is to perform. And the opportunity to meet those guys who serve overseas and for the safety and the freedom of us as a nation, it's such an honour. When you turn up to an event like that, it's not about you. You don't go in there with any airs and graces. You go in there to show your appreciation for every guy that's in uniform, every guy that wore a uniform, the soldiers that have passed, and the soldiers that are present in our world at the moment. We sort of pray for their safety, and you appreciate what they do, and it's very, very close to my heart. So singing a song doesn't seem enough for me at an event like that.
Anthony asked an interesting question. After all this time singing, do you still have singing lessons? And what exercises do you do to make sure everything's working?
I'm beyond repair now, so no, I do take care of my voice. I do watch my voice, and whenever my singing teacher lives in New York, so whenever I'm in New York, I always make sure I get to see him or get a report. He comes to see me perform, and then he'll tell me about my voice. So I am keeping on top of it, but the older I've got, the more mature the voice has got, and it's got stronger, and I'm feeling pretty secure with it in it where it is. There's things that you do to protect it. I don't drink. I try and get lots of rest when I can. Sometimes the schedule doesn't allow that, but there's other times when you just have to plow ahead and just get through it, and it's fine. It works out pretty well.
So finally, how much are you looking forward to coming back here Saturday the 2nd of June?
I'm thrilled. I can't say it enough. I'm absolutely thrilled to be back here. I'm proud as well. I'm very proud to be able to represent Fleetwood. I'm proud to be able to represent Fleetwood Town Football Club, and the fact that they've welcomed me to their home ground today and next year for the concert, it's such an honour. It really is, and I hope it won't be the last time. I'd like to keep this as a regular thing. It'd be lovely.
Alfie, great to talk to you.
Thank you, Graham.
Keep watching out for more details about how you can win those football shirts, and you can get tickets from the 24th of November at 9 o'clock. That's when they're on sale. And if you live in and around Fleetwood, you can register for pre-sale on Wednesday, the 22nd of November. So from the 24th of this month, the tickets will go on sale. Alfie, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.